Okay, hello everyone. This is Neeta from the IQ and Reasoning Academy. Do check out our handle. So, what we do is we take a lot of brain development activities for kids. We share parenting tips, we share puzzles, we share riddles, and a lot of fun stuff on our handle IQ and Reasoning Academy. So, we are going to be joined with a wonderful parent today. Her name is Miss Amy, and we're just waiting for her to come on board. So, just stay around and we'll start pretty soon in another 2 minutes. So this video will be posted live on YouTube as well. Um, our talk will be posted there as well, so you can have a look there. You can search on YouTube, IQ Racing Academy, and get on there as well. So let's see. Just a minute. Okay, great. So,
Good
ma'am,
evening.
hi, good evening. Are you able to hear me clearly?
Yes, are you able to hear me, ma'am?
Yes, yes, perfectly well. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay.
It's a pleasure having you with us right now. And so, as I understand that, we'll just come to the introduction first. So, you are a social worker, an entrepreneur, a spiritual healer. So, these are like
Yes.
multi facets to your personality. If you could just tell us more about yourself, your story, and especially how you do so many things with managing your kids as well.
Yes. First of all, namaste. Good evening.
Good evening.
Myself, Ammi Harsh Thakkar. I have done my graduation in 2010, bachelor's in management studies, and then in 2012 it was a love marriage. Basically, I was teaching to the management students, and my husband was one of the student. And
Okay.
then I started my career as an administration into administration, that is basically as an admissions officer in marketing into the classes for increasing the number of admissions.
Okay.
And then slowly to boost up with my career and everything, I joined an IB school,
Okay.
which is associated with Vilasrao Deshmukh ji. It's in Vashi itself where I stay.
Okay.
So I was been working with them since 8 years. again I took a jump to MET International. But unfortunately, then my son was been detected in January 2022 with diabetes. Before
Okay.
that, just as an introduction part, I have two kids. One, she is 9 year old, born in Feb 2014 after 2 years of my marriage, and then my son was born in 2018, May 2018. Everything
Okay.
was going well, and the career was set. And the reason for opting for a school job is it's a job which is very comfortable. After having kids, also, it is the job which will always be in a comfort zone, you know.
True.
The school job doesn't have so much of pressure. We can balance the household chorus with the kids, with the job, everything. So that
Yes.
was the reason I opted for a school job.
Okay.
And everything was going smooth. And suddenly, after Corona, my son was not well in November 2021. He
Hmm.
was he was struck with viral, and due to the medicines which was given to him, impacted his pancreas, and the outcome was he was detected with diabetes in the month of January 2022. That's 28th of Jan. So that was the reason I took a break. Till March, I was working from home only, but since he needed much attention, and at the same time, I didn't wanted my daughter also to get impacted, you know, as
Yes.
being in the administration, admissions, and counseling profile since so many years. I was in touch that it should not impact the personality growth of my daughter also. So that was the reason I thought of taking a break.
Okay.
And I took a break, but my somewhat my small businesses at home also tuitions I am taking. There are three students who are coming at home online. Also, I give tuitions for Vedic maths to the students in India and abroad both.
Okay.
I did a course of Vedic maths in this period when I was there at home, you know, because I
Hmm.
didn't want it to be a housewife in any case.
Right.
So, you know, I thought that education is the best time. If I get educated, I get well versed with today's new upcoming technology, new upcoming, techniques and everything. I can use it for my students and my kids as well. So that's why I opted for learning Vedic maths. So that also I'm taking classes online now.
Okay.
So
That's
that's
great.
all about
Okay.
me and my family.
Okay, that's great. But it's actually, very scary. I mean, as a mother, to know that the diabetes was an outcome of medicines given, that's very strange. Is that what you meant?
Y- Yes, yes, that's what I meant. It was the doctor told that it is an Omicron effect because of the
Okay.
Omicron and the virus which was spread around. He was a hyperactive child, my child.
Hmm.
So that was the reason that his pancreas got impacted. In simple words, doctor told us that हमारे ही पुलिस ने हमारी ही army को मार दिया. Simple sense में. This is what happened in his body, you know. Instead of
Okay.
protecting, the antibodies killed his own pancreas. The energy or the senses of the pancreas to work was been killed by that medicine. That was the reason the sugar was detected for him.
Okay. But is it completely cured now? How is it? Is it reversed?
No, still we are
Has the
giving him
condition?
just excuse me for a minute. Just excuse
Yes,
me.
sure.
Yeah, extremely sorry. Hope my face is clear now. Actually, that
Yes,
time it was
yes,
not clear so much.
yes.
Yeah. See, as we spoke to the doctors, doctors are telling I took a second opinion also. And somehow I took a link and I spoke to Ramdev Baba also. You know,
Okay.
as a mother, we will always have that feeling that we want some of the person who will come up and say, no, it is curable. But everybody told that it is not curable. Type 1 is not reversible also. He will have to continue with the injections.
Okay.
So that was the reason that still we give him 5 times insulins in a day.
Oh my God. Okay. But
Yeah,
otherwise he
still
leads
5 times insulin we give.
a normal life like any other child.
Yes, 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 yes. It
Okay.
is 100% normal life what he is living. It is not impacting his daily schedule also. In fact, his play time is also there. He has to do physical activities, but since he's a small child, he's doing skating, he's doing swimming, he's doing cycling, he plays in the garden, because of which his sugars are being controlled very well, actually.
Okay.
So it
Okay.
is all, it is everything depends on his, how do we calculate his work time. As per his work time, we see our body is generating insulin. We
Right.
are getting energy, but whatever he's eating, it is not generating energy, it is getting converted into acids. So to
Okay.
make his body have that generation of energy to play, there is particular proper dosage and timetable given by us to the doctor, which we have to follow as per his schedule.
Okay.
And touch wood, it was the average of 11.9 when he detected the sugar HbA1c. His average was 11.9,
Mm.
and now it is, touch wood, it is 7, which
Wow.
the range is, the normal range is that he has to reach 6. So I'm
Okay.
trying my level best that it should not impact him in any way. His childhood should not get compromised, nor my daughter's childhood get compromised. That is the main motive for me. I was being very negative for 3 months when it was been detected.
Mm.
Almost I had lost my weight. I have lost all my hopes, under depression. How will I manage this, that? Many of the things were going. But then somehow as I'm a spiritual healer, I could make out that it was impacting my kids in a very negative way. So I started giving healing to myself first. I made myself into a very positive aura. Then I
Mm.
did what I did. My kids are my strength.
Right.
I didn't want it to get the childhood impact in any way. That was the reason I made myself into positive by getting used to my kids very much, very close to my kids. I
Okay.
used to enjoy my childhood, seeing them enjoying their childhood. That was the reason which made me come out of such a big trauma. And this is the moment where 1 year, 2 months is already done with his disease. And I'm 100% positive that if things go well, God will give me a positive ray of hope that some solution can come in future for his disease. But honestly speaking, I would suggest that kids are somebody with whom you can, just not find a positive thing, but you can live your own life in a very positive way, your own childhood, everything. They
Mm.
are the stress buster for me. To be very frank, they are everything for me. And
Right.
they are the only reason who took me out of that trauma. And the positive thing in his sugar counts every day, we can see with the help of that only.
Okay. I think this is an amazing insight that you have given, especially to other parents who are also, having the same kind of an issue, because I know that diabetes
Yes.
in kids is now not very rare. It happens. It has happened, especially because maybe because
Yes.
of the lifestyle that we are leading, and the stubbornness in
Yeah.
kids continue to have more sweets, the absence of physical exercises, all of this has kind of led
Yes.
to more instances of diabetes in kids. And the insights that you've
Yes.
given, especially about as a parent, being positive first, and then thinking about making a
Yes.
proper plan of how you can help your kid. I think that's very useful. I mean, anybody listening here, please take these small things because they speak a lot. They speak a lot about how you can lead your life. You know,
Yes, it's very important. And I would like to share one more thing with you or whomsoever is listening to us. See, giving kids our time is very important. This time the generations are going very fast. The impact of social media on their brains is also very fast, and very severe impact it leaves on them. So they spend maximum time in school and we spend maximum time in offices. I know. But whatever time you spend with them, make it such a quality time that they don't get influenced by anything else. It is that they find friends in parents first. Friends are
right.
important, but I think they should find friends in us first. And our behavior will influence them more than getting them influenced by somebody else. So we should make them respectful in such a level that we should make them feel that they are really a gift to us. So they
Absolutely.
will behave in the same manner to us. This is a very competitive world. You must have seen news. बच्चे ने सुसाइड कर लिया, बच्चे ने ये कर लिया, बच्चा डिप्रेशन का गोली खा रहा है. It is not child's mistake. It is Parents का mentality, parents behavior, parents thought. Give your time to them. How much ever time you can give them a quality time and a quality education, which is going to give them a good upbringing and make them a good human being. After all, at the end of the day or end of whatever you say, what is going to matter is their own behavior, which will make them fight the world.
Absolutely.
Nobody is going to support apart from family. I'm being very open live over here. Nobody is there to support you apart from family. So we should make them feel that much close to us first. That is the most important thing to learn as a parent. Leaving them with Aya, Maushis, and then shout ke tumko Maushi hi chahiye, she's not eating with me. Giving them screen time while eating. This is all which I'm absolutely against to.
Absolutely.
I was, you won't believe my mom. She told me only one thing: work, but not at the stake of your kids' upbringing. If you have
Absolutely.
given them birth, it is your responsibility, and I have accepted that very positively.
Mm.
I had got very good options of working far away, earning more, but I choose the option which was, which was giving me a balance with my career as well as my family. It is our responsibility first to give them that
Right.
upbringing.
Right. Absolutely. So I have one question to ask you. You know, when we were kids, if our parents used to tell us or guide us, we used to generally just listen to them. You know, we used to obey them.
Right.
We were much
Yes.
more obedient. There was never this rebellious kind of attitude in us. But right now,
Yes.
if you look at kids, I mean, even if we, try to discipline them, say that sweets only 2 days a week, for example, it's never so straightforward. Every day the kid comes back home, says that मम्मी डब्बे में उसने स्वीट लाया, रोज जंक फूड लाता है, मुझे आप क्यों नहीं देते हो? ऐसा why do why am I being, he feels like, he's actually being punished. He doesn't realize that, yeah, it's for his good. I'm saying it for his good, right? Then how, like, do your kids
Yes.
agree to the guidelines that you set for them? Do they agree? And if they don't, then what do you do?
See, it's a very brilliant question what you asked, and I would like to share one of my experience with you. My son is a 4-year-old, and since his school timings are from morning 9 to 11:45, I just can give him only nuts in between. That's the only option because of his sugar counts. I cannot give him anything. Just the dry fruits, nuts I give him in the tiffin box. And the students in his class were teasing him that he is getting such a small tiffin box. One day, he ate something from his partner's tiffin. Second day, he ate something from his partner's tiffin. I could make out that something is wrong in the school timing because of his sugar counts after he comes from the school.
Okay.
So what did I do? I asked him first day. He refused. I didn't eat anything as they fear from us. He said,
Yes.
no, no, mama, I didn't eat anything. Nobody gave me anything. I said, no, 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 no. He said. Second day also he said, no, mama, I didn't eat anything. Third day I said him, whatever you want to eat, you tell me. You will get everything on the same moment when you tell me. But please be careful that you don't eat from anybody's tiffin. It is for your health. You know what are you suffering from? What are we suffering from? So third day he said me, I had a sandwich from my friend's tiffin. Means that is the thing, ma'am, where how we mold them. That is very important. If I shout at him, I'll fight with him, I'll argue with him, I'll beat him, he's going to give me back. That's how we have to mold him. The main point is understand what your child wants first. If your
Right.
child is very rigid, if your child is very rigid, same happening with my daughter. Sometimes it is when the situation, when she wants sweets, when she wants ice cream, but I cannot give her because my son is there in front of her, in
Right.
front of us. But that's not the case कि मैं बेटे के लिए बेटी को compromise करने बोलूं. That's not
Absolutely.
fair with her.
Yeah.
But I make her understand and I make him understand that if she's having, it's okay. You can also have, but at your particular timetable mentioned to you by the doctor. Means we have to make them feel satisfied, secured with parents that they are very close to us to share everything. So it is all about a parent and the kids bonding which has to be maintained, which will be done only if you spend time with them. You make them realize that they are very important part of us because they get easily distracted. बच्चा है मन हो गया खाने का उसने खा लिया. I cannot fight with him. I cannot blame him. I cannot beat him. His
Right.
sugars were about above 480 that day. I was at the high level of frustration, but I maintained myself that I have to explain him. Whatever you did was not wrong. That was by mistake, but you have to tell it to your parents what you want to eat rather than eating from somebody else's tiffin or rather than shouting. Everything you will get. Parents are there to give you everything, but at the right time. If a child is a diabetic or not diabetic, you
Absolutely.
should make them realize that everything will be given to you only by your parents. But when the right time comes, getting rigid, fighting with parents, arguing in front of public, या जिद करना, it is not the solution. We have to calm down because आजकल का जनरेशन बहुत ऐसा है ना कि आप गुस्सा करोगे तो हमसे ज्यादा गुस्सा करेंगे. So we have to
Yes.
calm down ourselves, prepare ourselves in such a level that we have to be very patient. गुस्सा आ रहा है हस्बैंड के साथ थोड़ा गुस्सा कर लो, but not in front of kids. They are at a
Mm.
very sensitive level. Seeing आजकल का environment, even it is very very sensitive for them outside. Easily they get influenced by everybody. So
Absolutely.
we are the only ones to get them back on the right track. It happens with me. Many a times it happens with me. I also used to get angry. Office से आओ और ये लोग जिद कर रहे हैं 5 बजे, मम्मा यही खाना है, मम्मा वही खाना है. Sometimes it is where when we are so much frustrated, we give up and we give them.
Mm.
One time it's okay. Second time you should say, if once I'm listening to you, now it is your turn to listen to me.
Yes.
It is how we put in front of them, how we change their mentality. I, being a counselor, I'm doing that with them now. That is why it is not so difficult for me, to be very
Mm.
frank. But I would suggest all parents, please give them your time. That is the only much valuable thing you can give them, which will give them a very good upbringing. Really, I'm telling you. That's the only thing which matters a lot. If you give them time, they will understand, they will value our words.
No, I know, parenting is difficult, and many parents now take the easy way out. Like बच्चे को
Yes,
मोबाइल दे दिया तो वो खा लेगा, तो मेरा काम बच गया ना.
yeah.
I don't have to sit on his
Hmm.
head, feed him, or do whatever. Actually, that should never be the way a meal is given to a child. There's no need for us to run behind him. It's a meal. Sab khate hai. You need it. You need it to
Yes.
stay alive. Then why so much of distractions are needed? I have no clue, but I have seen this happening,
No,
and it's very
even I am
unfortunate.
experiencing
Yeah.
while traveling also. Um, we had a car, and unfortunately, due to some circumstances, we had to sell off the car, and we went to native place in by train.
Right.
In train also, I observed that parents used to give mobile. बच्चा मोबाइल देख रहा है और उसकी मम्मा खिलाते जा रही है. He is chewing, not chewing, पेट में जा रहा है, मम्मी को कुछ बॉदर नहीं है, खाना खत्म हो गया बस. Means
Because that's the
that
easy
is
way
my.
out. That's easy
Yes,
to do.
that's why I told that we should give them our time. अगर नहीं संभालने आता ना तो मत पैदा करो. That is the only thing I can
Exactly.
say.
I
But
know.
don't spoil their life. Don't spoil their life. They don't know anything. They will learn, they will understand, they will grasp everything. Whatever we are behaving, we are teaching. After all, our age is growing, their age is also growing. Certain point of time, you will feel very bad about
Mm.
yourself that what are we have done to our kids. Their behavior will come back to us. So it is better we
Absolutely.
give them our time. That's the only one line I'll say. Give them your time. That is the most precious thing. It is never going to come back. Their childhood,
Absolutely.
nor this period which we are going through.
Mm.
I was very rigid about, career oriented. Though two kids are there, I want to be independent. I cannot
Mm.
leave my job ever. But somehow when this incident happened to my son, next moment I told my husband I'm quitting. Because I could make out, no boss, they are my kids. I need to give them time.
Yes.
That's the most precious thing. We can fight anything. I'm telling you. Till date, my son has got 2 medals, running race, so many gifts. You can see on my Instagram. I have uploaded everything what my daughter and my son have achieved in life till now. But
Wow.
what is it? This disease and everything is nothing that is going to matter. How you behave with them is what ultimately going to matter. His school, when
Absolutely.
we spoke to the people in the school, father, when we informed what is with him, because some precautions has to be taken in the school also. They were not
Okay.
agree seeing my child that he has such a big disease. They said,
Mhm.
ma'am, we don't believe that he has that a problem. I said, no, of course he has. You read the doctor's letter.
Hmm.
So it's all how we make them. If we are positive, now it will never impact their brains.
Yes, absolutely. I think this is a advice that we should etch in our minds. One is to be happy as parents, positive as parents. Second is to give them our time. I think these are
Exactly.
fundamentals to raising a good child. So अभी तो आपका बच्चा स्क्रीन
Yes.
देखकर खा लेगा, लेकिन आगे चल के बड़ा होके ये सब छोटी छोटी चीजें बैकफायर करेगी ना, because you didn't give them time, you didn't take that precious time that was available to you to initiate a discussion, have
Absolutely
a
right.
talk.
You're
You didn't
absolutely
use
right.
all
I
that.
agree with you.
So in some ways it will just come back. So I absolutely agree with you. And I hope parents who do this are actually listening to us and think about it within you. Like consciously think if your actions are right. You brought a new life to this world. You should
Yes.
be up to raise it. Right? Otherwise, why did we do it? I mean it
Yes.
okay.
I
So
agree
how
with you
about your kids?
100%.
So how are both your kids in
Sorry?
terms of how are both your kids in terms of siblings? Like, does your daughter ever complain that you're giving more attention to your son, or do they keep fighting, or is there a lovely bond between them? How
Oh,
is it?
fighting. See, bond is obviously there. It's a very strong bond between both of them. But they are exactly opposites.
Okay.
My daughter, my daughter is very matured. That was the reason I could do daring of planning the second child. To be very
Yes.
frank,
Yes.
these are my words. But if my son would have been my first child, I would have never dared of doing a second child because he's super mischievous and exactly opposite to what she is. Till 5 years,
Okay.
whatever toys she has been taking care of, he breaks each and every toy. And that's the reason they fight a lot. They fight a lot. But as I said, now it is up to us. I keep them busy. I
Okay.
I immediately divert them. I immediately divert them because I don't want her to get impacted or use the word that you give him more attention.
Right.
Whenever it is the case when I have to take care of him now, I involve her together. You please see what is
Okay.
happening to the brother. Though she is getting matured a bit fast because of that behavior, but at least there
Mhm.
is no such feeling or jealousy or that feeling I
Really.
don't want to come in her. But
Right.
because of that thing, she has got matured very fast and being very open to you. But
Mhm.
at least the bonding is being maintained between both of them.
Yes.
Recently, I was unwell. Recently, I was unwell, but they both used to balance it very nicely because of that bonding.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would have been very difficult. If they fight every time, it would have been very difficult
Yes.
for me to take rest and come out of my disease.
Yes.
But it is very easy. That's why I say that what you put in their brains is very important. If you say na,
Yes.
अरे झगड़ता ये ऐसे ही कर रहा है, ये ऐसे, they will learn that words. They will speak. They are very innocent. They
Yes.
are God gifts. Till now, they will not understand anything. You have
Mhm.
to, they are open and blank book. Whatever you put, they are going to accept that. So I will
Absolutely.
suggest, even if they are siblings or whatever, all the role is being played by a mother because
Yes.
what her behavior is going to reflect in kids.
Absolutely.
Very, very, being very open. We have to be very generous to them. They are very innocent. They don't have that thoughts also that भाई को मम्मी को भाई के लिए ज्यादा फीलिंग है या मेरे लिए कम फीलिंग है. They don't know such words also. It is
Yes.
our behavior which will make them speak out that. If we use that, they are going to use it.
Yes.
If we say, no, together we will do that, together only everything happens. So I would suggest every mother to please, please, please don't waste their childhood.
Hmm.
Give your precious time to them. Make them a good human being. I will always say that. Please make them a good human being. We don't know. आजकल के generation में if you see 30 years का बच्चा 26 years का लड़की everybody हार्ट अटैक आके मर रहा है. कभी किसी को क्या हो रहा है ना, we don't know. जितना
Hmm.
टाइम है ना उतना टाइम पॉजिटिवली बिताओ. आई एम टेलिंग एवरीबडी. प्रॉब्लम्स है सबको है. व्हेन आई लेफ्ट जॉब थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम हुआ हम लोग को भी. माय हस्बैंड इज डूइंग वेरी वेल इन हिज
Hmm.
बिजनेसेस. बट समटाइम्स इट इज व्हेन वी हैव टू मैनेज फाइनेंसेस. प्रॉब्लम सबको है, बट
Yes.
फेस इट पॉजिटिवली.
Yes.
Managing
Absolutely.
kids, managing house, everything is a very difficult task. It's a very difficult task, but give me time also. I go for parties. My husband take care of both the kids. I go for parties. I go with friends for outings. Our break is also necessary, but plan very nicely.
Yes,
Do job, do
absolutely.
everything. Planning is very important, and whatever happens, be positive in front of kids. Sometimes they speak,
Yes,
sometimes they don't speak, but they understand everything.
I agree. And there's also one more thing that I have noticed that how much ever time a father spends with their children, कितना भी मजा आता होगा डैडी के साथ, डैडी आइसक्रीम ला के देगा, चॉकलेट ला के देगा, whatever. Ultimately, it is the mother they are most attached to, be it a boy or be it a girl. A
Yes,
mother's जो love होता है ना, a mother's love is a mother's love. And they're always
mother's
looking
love.
up to
Yes,
their mothers for security. We are actually their role models. And we should be proud that we
exactly.
have got this
Yes,
opportunity to be one. Because for us, we are the world to them. And we should actually
exactly.
take pride in that and act responsibly. That's, that that's a natural outcome of this. I had this was a
Yes.
great talk, Ami, and I just wanted one last question. So, you know what? I actually run an academy called IQ and Reasoning Academy, and
Oh,
I just
great.
had, so when my child was small during COVID, I got a lot of these activity books to keep him busy. But all of them, if
Hmm.
you see, they have kind of different designs, very appealing designs, but the content is like, the same thing. Join the dots or spot the differences or just like this. So I wanted him to do something more challenging. And I actually have been an equity research analyst. So I
Okay.
somehow, have a very analytical brain. So I used all that analytical mindset that I have and I created some activities for kids, which is basically not very straightforward. It challenges them
Okay.
to think. That is what I wanted. I
Okay.
wanted them to think. Right, wrong is secondary. First, the child should get
Right.
thinking. So that is how this
Yes.
entire, academy started. And I wanted to know that do you get exposure to logical reasoning and critical thinking in any way in your school? Because I know that the awareness in India is very minimal, and if you look at
Yes.
outside India, these subjects are even
Hmm.
incorporated in their school curriculum. But
Yes.
in India,
Yes. It
it's
has been incorporated.
not so
Yes.
much. Not so. There's no awareness. So when I speak about critical thinking, parents are looking blankly at me. So I wanted to know what you think about, these activities. Do you get a chance to expose your children to such kind of questions or activities where they actually get thinking?
Mm, yes. Yes. See, I would like to answer this, but before that, I will ask one thing. I don't know other ladies, few of them I can see they've joined, but let me ask you one question that till now, whatever you have been in your life, which is the period where you would like to go back?
You're asking me?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is the
Uh, I'll,
period you would like to go back?
I'll tell you, I spent 8 years as an equity research analyst
Oh,
and
that's very great.
and
Wow.
but trust me, I had no interest in it. I was put into it by someone else. So I carried on for 8 years, just as if चलो कुछ करना है करते हैं तो करते जाते हैं. And once you get into a field, it's difficult to change fields. I'm sure you know all that corporate hassle, changing fields,
Yes.
interview questions, etc., etc. If I had to go back, you know what? I would have started this 8 years back. I would have, if somebody told me that Neeta, you take the plunge, start something on your own, forget about job. I'll support you or I'll encourage you. Take your time. I
Right.
seriously would have started this 8 years back. I wouldn't have I spent a decade of my life doing something which I don't enjoy. And just because I had to do, like daddy ne bola, kuch karo, do something. Studies, not daddy, it is societal, right? After studies, you need to do something. You get into a
Exactly.
job. I would like
Exactly.
to go back and change that.
See, exactly. Everybody would like to go back to the part wherein they would enjoy themselves, right?
Yes,
So, the answer to your question comes there only. Kids have a very strong understanding, grasping power till the age of 8 years. Till the age of 8 years, they are not under into a societal pressure or any of our expectations with them. कि जैसे as a mother, even I expect my daughter is very good at studies. I want her to secure always the first position, you know. उनके ऊपर 8 years तक उतना प्रेशर नहीं रहता है बट दे विल अंडरस्टैंड एंड ग्रास्प एवरीथिंग वेरी नाइसली और बहुत स्पीड में उनको समझता है हर चीज सो from 5 years to 8 years is the period when you can take the advantage of making them understand this critical thinking, analytical thinking and critical reasoning part. You know,
yes,
it is very important to boost their ability of
absolutely.
judging the things, of getting out of them that what are they actually interested into. Till it is very late when they are under societal pressure or some pressure, it is better that you make them and mold them in such a way at this early age that they grow up and they understand, mom, this is something best I can do, and wherein they can make their own decisions with our support and get a success in life, you know. So this is what you are asking me the question, the right age for their developing their IQs, getting them into the analytical part, critical reasoning part, teaching them each and everything is the right age is between 5 years to 8 years.
Oh,
That's the perfect age wherein they understand everything. So I am totally in support of what is your institute and academy is doing. It is really a great approach. I have seen few of your worksheets and everything.
yes,
It has been sorted very beautifully age-wise.
yes,
I could see since 5 to 6 years, 6.5 years to 8 years. That's very beautifully sorted. And it is going to really help their brains to develop at the level which they will have to go. Because it's very competitive world outside. जब हम पढ़ाई कर रहे थे 75, 70, 85, 80 percentages, oh
very
wow, wow,
happy.
wow. But now they have to fight 90. My daughter, she at the state level, she appeared for Abascus. Out of 600 students, she stood third.
Wow,
And her total was somewhere around 492 out of 500. It is very good score. But she
absolutely.
stood third. It was 99.1. उसके आगे और दो बच्चे थे. It is very competitive
Yes,
world.
yes,
So it is
very.
better जब बच्चों का दिमाग कहीं और प्रेशर में नहीं है, आप उनको राइट चीज का गाइडेंस और नॉलेज दो. So I truly support what is your academy doing. It is a great thing to learn. I would really request all the parents के प्लीज कुछ टाइम अपने बच्चों को जब दे रहे हो ना तब एक बार इनकी एकेडमी के वर्कशीट्स भी आप सर्कुलेट करो गो थ्रू करने दो उनको दे आर वेरी हेल्पफुल द कोर्सेज व्हाट
Yes,
यू आर ऑफरिंग इज रियली वेरी हेल्पफुल फॉर किड्स टू डेवलप टुडे दे हैव टू गिव ओलंपियाड्स एबास्कस है वैदिक मैथ्स बोलो या फिर आगे जाके उनको एंट्रेंसेस एग्जाम बोलो this are going to your academy what is they doing now they are going to increase the speed of their mind
yes,
so that's very
absolutely.
helpful for them to do the academic on the academic front they will perform very well so it's I truly support that starting at the age of 5 also
Great. So actually, you know what, Amy? In fact, I'll share this with you because your child is also about
sure
5. I have a free ebook
yes
of activities lined up for
great
anyone to see. So I will forward it to you, and if you need a copy, you can just comment, and I will share it with whoever wants it. So yes, that
sure
is in store. And I had a lovely time talking to you. It was so insightful and so useful to hear about your experiences,
thank you
your
very
thoughts,
much
and thank you so much for taking our time and coming on here.
thank you very much it was blessed to meet you all and speak to you Neeta ma'am thank you very much
Thank you. Bye. So we'll meet next Friday again with another superhero mom. Do join in
sure
and let's share
sure
each share learnings and try to help. If anyone's watching, it could be helpful to even one person. I think our purpose is served. Yes.
thank you very
Thank
much ma'am bye take
you.
care
Bye. Take care.
all the best.
Thank
Good luck for your
you.
academy and your future.
Bye. Yes, thanks.